Hello Internet. So, you want to know how this marvel of modern note-taking came to be? Well, buckle up, because it's been a journey. An epic, slightly unhinged, definitely questioned my life choices kind of journey. It all started with a simple, brilliant idea. A Discbound notebook. Revolutionary, I know. The kind where you can shuffle your genius thoughts around with the freedom of a caffeinated squirrel. But not just any notebook. Oh no. This had to be made in the EU, maximally sustainable, and, here's the kicker, a lore object. Yes, you heard right. A tangible piece of the FALANO universe, where we are also crafting stories and a whole computer game. So, basically, high quality merchandise for a world that, much like this notebook's early days, is still under construction. No pressure. First challenge, the cover. What sacred material would cradle your precious notes? After extensive, highly scientific research, which mostly involved me poking various bits of cardboard in my living room, I decreed that 1mm grey cardboard was the chosen one. Simple, elegant, sturdy-ish. Then color. I envisioned vibrant hues, perhaps a mystical FALANO-esque shade. My tool of choice, an airbrush. My professional climate-controlled workshop, my garden. Yes, my paint jobs became a thrilling gamble against temperature, sunlight, and the occasional rogue pigeon. Let's just say consistent results were aspirational. But hey, it sort of worked if you squinted and the wind was blowing in the right direction. My brain, clearly not content with the existing challenges, then exploded with ideas for add-ons. Ingenious bookmarks, magnetic clasps that proudly wouldn't hold, cleverly folded storage compartments that stored mostly air or nothing at all, none of which, you will be shocked to hear, were particularly functional. And then a new enemy emerged. Yay, the edge issue. The beautiful, airbrushed on a windy Tuesday edges began to fray with the enthusiasm of a forgotten party streamer. Not exactly the high-quality lore object vibe I was aiming for. More distressed artifact found in a damp basement. Fear not, I armed myself with glue and varnish, determined to tame the wild edges. And I did. Small victory. Or so I thought, because solving one problem in product development often just politely introduces you to the next. Welcome, the dripping issue. My artisanal glue-water mixture, it turned out, had the consistency of a moody teenager, unpredictable. Sometimes it would harden into these charming little droplets, very unique. Not at all like a manufacturing defect. Just when I thought the edges were secure, the corners decided they wanted in on the self-destruction party. They got worn, they got sad, they got ugly. I tried tape. I tried artfully folded paper. All temporary fixes for an existential crisis. Finally, a breakthrough. Aluminum edges. Yes, sleek, metallic, and surprisingly effective at preventing your notebook from looking like it lost a fight with a badger. Sustainable? Well, it sustains the corners, doesn't it? And I additionally checked for a sustainable option. For sure. With the perimeter secured like a medieval fortress, the rest of the cover apparently felt left out. The moment it sensed a hint of moisture, spilled coffee, a particularly humid sigh, it would puff up like an offended pufferfish. Clearly, a full cover intervention was needed, so I decided to laminate the entire thing in my special, still slightly unpredictable, glue-water mix and a specific varnish that promised miracles. It mostly worked. Aside from, constantly fine-tuning the alchemy of the glue mix, it's a delicate art, like soufflé, but stickier and not tasty. And there it is, the prototype. The right color, mostly, the right finish when the drips behaved. It looked pretty good. I held it, I admired it. I turned the page and a sound not unlike a distressed pterodactyl. The combination of my meticulously applied varnish, the life-saving glue, and the shiny new aluminum discs created a symphony of squeaks. It was an auditory assault that clashed violently with the notebook's otherwise noble aspirations. Deeply, deeply unsatisfying. My ears bled a little. So I did what any sane product developer on the verge of a meltdown would do. I went back to testing materials. Thicker cardboard? Nope. Bigger discs? Still squeaky. Cork? I actually tried cork. Let's just say the world wasn't ready for a cork-bound squeaky FALANO notebook. My prototypes were starting to look like a cry for help. But amidst the chaos, there was one decision that was swift, sure, and surprisingly painless. The paper. For the FALANO book, it had to be top-notch, high-quality, regional and sustainable. Enter Lansing recycled paper. Ink-resistant, a glorious texture and kind to the planet. It was love at first sight. This, at least, was perfect. It almost made me forget the squeaking. Almost. The discs. The small circular components that hold the whole dream together. Or, in my case, the small circular components that caused a disproportionate amount of agony. Being a plucky startup, I couldn't exactly order a gazillion discs. I needed a supplier for smaller quantities. I sent out hopeful inquiries to countless contract manufacturers. I had technical drawings made. I even 3D printed some test discs, which were an experience. But finding someone in Central Europe, Austria, Germany, local, who could produce them at a price that wouldn't require me to sell a kidney, apparently that was asking for the moon. Eventually I found a fantastic supplier. The quality is amazing. The catch? Not exactly regional. So logistics entered the chat, something I'd hoped to avoid. But you learn that some things have limitations. I tried, folks. I really tried to keep it all close to home. For now, this is the way, and honestly, the discs are great. So a small compromise for a big win in quality. And so after this odyssey of trial, error, glue-related misshapes, and existential squeaking, a new vision emerged. A more lean vision. The FALANO Lean Book was born. We said goodbye to the temperamental airbrushing. Instead, a sleek, water-repellent varnish. We swapped the sometimes smudgy stamp for crisp laser engraving, perfect for personalization. But the heart remains the same. The gorgeous Lansing paper and those high-quality discs. It's designed for consistent quality, at a price that's a bit more down to earth, and it still looks damn good. So this is the culmination of that chaotic, character-building, occasionally comical journey. The FALANO book. It's here. It's real. And it's now, finally, available for sale. Stay limitless.